Consider this. Nothing comes out when the climax arrives, even though you're building to that explosive peak with all of your passion. Not a drop. Although your body trembles with pleasure, it feels empty, perplexing, and completely silent, like firing a blank. What if this dry orgasm is depriving you of intimacy and confidence, and perhaps even a sign of a more serious health issue that could rob you of years of your life? Did you know that this hidden thief affects more than 30% of men over 60? They frequently suffer in private, allowing it to undermine their marriages and sense of value. However, what if I told you that it's a wake-up call that you can overcome today, rather than the end of your manhood? Have you not sensed it? There is no trace of that powerful rush or the waves of ecstasy that crash over you. Perhaps it happened once, and the afterglow left you perplexed. Or maybe you've buried it deep and avoided those intimate moments with your partner out of sheer fear, making it your new normal. I understand. I've seen men just like you confess this shameful void, eyes darting, voices falling to whispers. Some people completely avoid the bedroom out of fear of being judged or failing. This emotional burden, which takes away your complete health, your confidence, and your happiness in life, is just as debilitating as the physical shift. But pay close attention. Your masculinity and virility are not in jeopardy. It's an urgent message from your body that we can decipher and correct. Stay tuned, because in the next few minutes we'll uncover the red flags, triggers, and game-changing solutions that science has bestowed upon us. If you've ever questioned why your climaxes feel hollow and if you're prepared to take back your full power at this moment, type yes in the comments section. Your first line of defense is to know what's normal. Think of your body as a powerful engine. Prostate adding that protective layer, seminal vesicles pumping in nutrient-rich fluid for the boost, and testicles churning out sperm like fuel. Primed and ready, everything comes together in the urethra. The excitement then peaks, and everything is released in rhythmic pulses as muscles contract in perfect unison. It's flawless and fast, a symphony of power and nerves. The twist, though, is this. Orgasm? That is the euphoric fireworks of the brain. Ejaculation? The launch, which was mechanical. They typically dance together, providing that complete release, relaxation, enjoyment, and the obvious evidence. When one disappears, fear takes over. But arm yourself with knowledge and fear subsides. Let's get right to the point now. Ejaculation that is dry. You get that incredible high, with every nerve tingling with pleasure, but nothing. No sperm, or a pitiful trickle. Your body seems to have betrayed you. The intensity is there, but it's eerily unfinished, like a ghost orgasm. It felt the same, until it didn't, men tell me, as though the tank was depleted. Confusion, guilt, and questions like, "Am I broken?" are sparked by this emptiness. But no, ejaculation is the gritty muscle work, while orgasm is neural bliss from the command center of your brain. 99% of the time, they sink. But what happens when they don't? It's not a failure of your manhood. Rather, it's a systemic issue brought on by hormones, medications, surgeries, or rogue nerves. Whether it's temporary or permanent, it can be explained and frequently fixed. Disregard it? You run the risk of more serious problems. Admit it? You regain command. I've reduced it to 7 habits that will change your life and turn this into a challenge that you can overcome. Raw patient stories, astounding statistics from reputable sources like Harvard and the Mayo Clinic, and easy-to-follow action plans that you can begin right away are all combined in each one. These are tried-and-true methods to stop, identify, and overcome dry ejaculation. They are not fanciful suggestions. When you incorporate them into your daily routine, you'll see your health improve, your intimacy rekindle, and your confidence soar. Are you ready? Come on, let's charge. Habit 1. Understand normal ejaculation every day. Understand your body's inner symphony. Bold assertion. Ignoring your ejaculation engine's operation is like driving while blindfolded. You could be one mistake away from a collision that permanently destroys your sex life. According to research from the Mayo Clinic, 40% of men over 50 have problems with their reproductive coordination. If left untreated, these problems can cause silent health bombs like infertility or prostate problems, which can increase the risk by 200%. Interesting tale. Consider Robert, a 62-year-old retired mechanic who took great satisfaction in running smooth. However, he dismissed it after observing weaker climaxes, until dry spells struck, which left him irritated and estranged from his 40-year wife. His body's orchestra went out of tune, with his prostate faltering, vesicles skimping on fluid, and testicles slacking on sperm production, like rusty gears grinding without oil. This orchestra breakdown turns lively lives into solitary shadows, affecting 1 in 3 older men, according to Harvard research. Has Robert woken up? A quick self-check identified the disconnect, and after making some adjustments, he was able to tune back in. Full blasts were back, and his marriage was renewed. A clear analogy would be that your system is like a precision orchestra. If you miss a single note, the entire performance falls flat, leaving your audience, you and your partner, in stunned silence. Tomorrow's action plan. Think of your muscles as drummers and your tendons as factories for 5 minutes. Note any recent variations in volume or sensation. If not, schedule a chat with a urologist. Repeat every day to raise awareness and avert catastrophes. Second habit, uncover the dry trick. Identify ejaculation without the flow. Bold assertion. You might be hiding a thief stealing your joy and fertility if you dismiss that empty orgasm as just aging. Take action now or regret it later. Unsettling fact. According to data from the National Institute on Aging, 25% of men experience dry ejaculation after the age of 60, which can cause a 150% increase in anxiety disorders and a 50% decrease in relationship satisfaction. Captivating narrative. Meet Carlos, a 65-year-old former athlete whose climaxes suddenly became ethereal, just echoes of pleasure instead of drops. He muttered in embarrassment, "I feel like my body is deceiving me." According to Blue Zone's research on long-lived men, 70% of them avoid intimacy, highlighting how this neural mechanical split, brain fires pleasure, body skips the launch, undermines self-esteem. Carlos's innovation? Understanding that it's a redirected signal rather than a loss of virility, the Mayo Clinic affirms that it's frequently reversible. Intimacy was hotter than ever as he confronted it head-on and turned void into victory. A clear analogy would be, it's like driving a sports car to the limit and experiencing the rush, but the exhaust pipe is sealed, so the power is trapped and doesn't go anywhere. Tomorrow's action plan. Check to see if it's dry or diminished after intimacy. Monitor trends in a private application. Check urine for cloudiness, a retrograde clue. After climax if it is consistent. Talk to a trusted doctor about it. Knowledge dispels fear. Habit 3. Close the bladder gate tight and put an end to retrograde rebels. Bold assertion. If you allow retrograde ejaculation to enter unchecked, you're literally letting hidden saboteurs take control of your manhood. According to Harvard Medical School, 50% of men who have had prostate surgery experience retrograde effects. Diabetes increases the odds by 300% and frequently results in untreated infertility crises. Captivating narrative. Following a laser prostate operation, Jorge, 58, experienced climaxes that vacuumed backward. Semen redirected to the bladder like a malfunctioning dam bursting inward, causing his urine to turn milky. Like the 35% of men who experienced depression in similar Mayo studies, he shunned his partner after being shocked and deflated. But he was saved by science, which understood that nerve glitches from medication or surgery caused him to adapt, keeping his virility intact but redirecting it. Right now? Live it up, with no regrets. A clear example would be a garden hose that is kinked incorrectly, causing water to flood your yard rather than quench your thirst. Tomorrow's action plan. Check urine after sex if you are on blood pressure medication or have had surgery. With doc oversight, modify medications. Kegel exercises 3 times a day. 10 seconds of pelvic muscle contraction followed by 10 repetitions strengthens the gate against leaks. Habit 4. Unclog your seminal pathways. Clear the blockades. Proud assertion. Obstructed vesicles are silent killers that stifle 70% of your semen production and your chances of becoming a father. Get rid of them right away, or risk your legacy being lost. According to the American Urological Association, 20% of infertile men experience blockages from infections or stones. If left untreated, these conditions double the risk of prostate cancer by causing chronic inflammation. Captivating narrative. After years of pursuing fatherhood, Fernando, 34, Yes, it can also affect younger people, discovered that his scarce semen was actually the result of a vesicle cyst, which acted as a boulder in a river, starving the current. According to National Institute on Aging fertility statistics, 40% of cases are linked to such obstructions. His wife's tears reflected the heartache. It was cleared by endoscopic surgery. Months later, a baby was on the way. Dreams unlocked. Using a clear analogy, your vesicles are like busy factories. If the pipes get clogged with debris, production stops and your warehouse, ejaculation, becomes dusty and empty. Tomorrow's action plan. See any pain or a lot of semen? Get an ultrasound of the transrectum. Drink 8 glasses of water a day and eat anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric to fight infections. Restore the flow by advocating for minimally invasive solutions if it is blocked. Habit 5. Balance testosterone for maximum power. Rekindle your hormonal fire. Bold claim. Low testosterone isn't just getting old. Rather, it's a hormone heist that, if ignored, will sap your drive, reduce your loads, and hasten aging by decades. Unsettling fact. 13 million men in the United States suffer from erectile dysfunction and fatigue when their testosterone levels fall by 1% annually after the age of 30, but they plummet below 300 nanograms per deciliter. Captivating narrative. Victor, 68, experienced mood swings like a storm, limp desire, and dry climaxes as his energy dwindled. According to Mayo Endocrine Checks, hypogonadism had smothered his fire. Centenarians in the blue zones thrive on hormone balance. Victor was rekindled by gel therapy. His vitality returned with a roar, demonstrating that age is no excuse. A clear analogy is that testosterone is like rocket fuel. If it runs low, your launch will fail and you will be stuck in the mud of exhaustion. Tomorrow's action plan. Test levels using a blood sample. Boost organically. Eat nuts high in zinc and lift weights for 30 minutes 3 times a week. Fuel up for explosive returns by talking to your doctor about replacement if it's low. Habit 6. Recognize the warning signs. Identify dangerous dangers before they happen. Audacious assertion. Is dry ejaculation the only sign? Controllable. Painful or paired with blood. Silence it at your own risk. It's a screaming siren for cancers or nerve wrecks. According to the National Cancer Institute, 60% of uncontrolled cases of prostate cancer result in diabetes nerve damage, and 15% of early cases experience dry spells. Delays increase mortality by 50%. Captivating narrative. Before blood appeared, Miguel, 70, disregarded dry climaxes. The prostate tumor was encroaching like weeds choking a garden. An early scan saved his life, but the scare? Harvard oncology data warns of this escalation. Transformative. No more postponements. A clear analogy would be, if you ignore the red check engine light, your entire car, body, will seize up in a disaster. Tomorrow's action plan. Record the symptoms. Dry all of a sudden? Anguish? Blood? Hurry to the urologist. PSA tests every year after age 50. Prevent the storm by taking daily walks to control diabetes. Rebuilding your emotional stronghold. Embracing change without shame is habit number 7. Bold assertion. If you allow dry ejaculation to break your spirit, it will ensnare you for the rest of your life. Either break free or watch as loneliness robs you of your best years. Unsettling fact. Research published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine indicates that 45% of impacted men avoid closeness, which doubles the rate of depression and increases divorce rates by 30%. Interesting story. Antonio, 72, felt half a man and separated from his wife because his emotional sludge was thicker than any obstruction. Research from Mayo Clinic links this to a decline in self-esteem. Open communication and therapy restored his stronghold, fostering intimacy that went beyond youth. Using a vivid analogy, shame can be compared to rusty chains around your heart. Once you snap them, freedom will flow freely like a river. Plan of action for tomorrow. Have coffee with your partner and confess. Every day, the journal wins. Rebuild unbreakable by seeking counseling if you are anxious. You have the recipe. These 7 behaviors are your defense against the silent killer of dry ejaculation, not just a Band-Aid solution. It is demonstrated by men like Robert, Jorge, and Antonio. Startling Harvard and Mayo statistics support it, and patient victories clinch it. Change, not defeat, is how your body is communicating. Put these into practice tomorrow, and you'll see an explosion in your happiness, health, and virility. If you are currently committing to habit 1, type "I'm in" below. Share this with a brother in arms. He might need this lifeline. Hit like if it opened your eyes. Subscribe for more life-saving truths, and leave a comment about your story, anonymously if necessary. Your fuller future begins today, so don't delay. Together, let's overcome this.